Word up, everybody. Welcome to Word of the Day with Comedians. I'm your host, Deader Dennis Maller, and joining me to help us expand our vocabulary is comedian and podcaster Mike Bain. What's going on, Mike? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. I love, for those who are watching our podcast today, of course, it is available on iTunes and Spotify for audio only and on YouTube as video. Mike has the most quaint, homely background in history. We were just talking. He's got a nice fireplace and a painting above the fireplace.
A nice little painting of flowers.
Yeah, it's that is the benefits of living in New Hampshire is you can have a nice house that looks like a cabin and feels quaint and cozy.
I wish it felt more cozy. Yeah, this ceiling goes too high, so all my heat goes up there, which is why I'm wearing a jacket inside.
Okay. So yeah. Also, the other bad thing is you have to deal with people who live in New Hampshire.
I prefer them at this point. I'd rather deal New Hampshire folk. They're quiet. They leave me alone. They're actually relatively friendly. And I also understand why they don't like people from Massachusetts. I totally get that. Having run away from those motherfuckers, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate living in Boston as much as probably you do. And I feel like I should empathize with New Hampshireans more. But I don't know. I look at New Hampshire as the South with a different accent. So that's my problem.
In some ways, I mean, you get the good parts of the South, like you can get guns and fireworks and cheap liquor, right?
Okay, yeah, no.
But weed isn't as readily accessible if you're into that. I don't really smoke much anymore, so that is a downside. But you know, and the no tax thing, that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it that's 6%, 7% kind of screws all the money up. It's like, oh, I bought an iced tea that was $2.98 and now it's $3.06 and I got to walk around with 54 cents in my pocket all day. 94 cents.
They do like a weird eating in meals tax. They act like, oh, we don't do tax, and it's like, you, New Hampshire. I see what you're doing. Except when but I don't go out to eat. I cook all the time. So. And
that now brings us to our word of the day. And our word of the day today, I'm looking at, and I'm going to have enough trouble trying to pronounce this because I went to 6 years of community college and didn't graduate. So I'm going to take a shot at this word.
Community college. Normally someone's in school for 6 years. They're a doctor or a lawyer.
No. Yeah, I went to school for 6 years. I didn't become a doctor. I became a radio DJ.
All right.
An unemployed radio DJ who now has a podcast.
Hey,
in his basement.
Podcast. Hey, Joe Rogan started off as just a crazy dude in a cellar, all right? Now he's got 100 million. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I make fun of him enough times on this podcast. I don't know if he's ever going to co-sign me.
Yeah, that's fine, man. Hey, and he got it from Tom Green. Have you ever watched? There's an old video of Rogan when he still had hair going to Tom Green's cellar in Toronto, and just going. And Rogan was always into this stuff. Goes, this is amazing. No one can treat you just down here. Tom Green was doing his own complete network before the idea of podcasting or vlogging or anything. People forget he's more than just the dude with the song about bum bums.
He's more than just the weird guy that would lick dead animals in the street.
Yeah, or that rap group he had way back in the day. I wish I could remember what they had that song about the OR.
I didn't know he had a rap group. I just remember him from MTV.
People should look it up. He was like, it wasn't a comedy rap group. He was trying to be like a white trio rap group back in the day. I wish I could remember the name of them.
We're going down this rabbit hole. Stand by.
No, absolutely. I Tom wasn't overly thrilled with that. Tom kind of like moved beyond that part of his life. Kind of like how Mark Wahlberg, he's more friendly about it. It's not like Mark Wahlberg pretends he was never Marky Mark, you know? Like how Mark Wahlberg is a sanctimonious prick now. And he wasn't some dude dedicating a book to his to a room full of junior high school girls.
In fairness, I can't say I'm not a fan of Mark Wahlberg, but I shouldn't talk bad about him since he did pay for almost a month and a half of my rent working on the set of Spencer Confidential. So
did he really?
Not directly. He gave me enough work that I paid for a month and a half of rent. And by the way, I did nothing and you don't see me in the movie at all. Like I sat around so many days for 12 hours doing absolutely nothing.
Did the production company pay you?
It's his production company.
All right. All right, whatever. Well, maybe Mark Wahlberg isn't so bad. They take it back.
O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you love the O-R. Here we go, ready to set it off from coast to coast.
Oh my God. 1993. Oh, this is way late.
Yes.
This style is 88 at best.
And you're the one who wants the corn, but you missed the cop. So here's a bit of something new. Give me a toot and salute, and I'll give you my boots. Where you need it while I'm playing the thespian. I got a ride, and you're just a pedestrian.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not one to I'm not a great person to talk about quality of things, but these are better rhymes. At least they're not rhyming the same word in two different verses.
No, we got to remember that sometimes we hear this style seems outdated, but imagine hearing this in 93.
Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you love the O-R. Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you like it so far? Check the O-R, you love the O-R. Check the O-R, you like it so far? Smack your back and you deal with a deep scar. I will test you from the west.
By the way, talk about going at it. Let's go back to our word of the day, which I think is pronounced cacoēthes. Let's try and see. We have a robot pronouncer. Let's see if I got that correct or how far off I was.
Cacoēthes.
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 Oh my God, cacoēthes. That sounds like a generic brand of like Latin chips that you find in the bodega.
That sounds like a cancerous chocolate bar. It's cacoēthes. Cacoēthes? Is it caca or coca?
Cacoēthes.
Yeah, that sounds like
which
an
means
chocolate.
an insatiable desire. An insatiable desire.
Oh, I like that.
Speaking of chocolate, I have an insatiable desire for chocolate all the time. So I cacoēthes chocolate.
Yeah, I just bought this chocolate bar, and I can't pronounce the name, but it really advertises the whole thing about this chocolate. It's delicious. It's one of the best I've ever had. It's called Tony's Choc or something. I don't know. I'm not even gonna. But their whole thing is that their chocolate not made by slaves. Like it says it on the front. Inside of the wrapper, it shows chains being broken, and imprinted in the middle of the chocolate bar is a breaking chain. Like this chocolate bar is the Amistad, the movie Amistad. And as soon as I got it, I was like, who is making slave chocolate? You can't tell me our chocolate isn't made by slaves and then not tell me who the prick company is who is using slaves.
Right? Is this like a shot at Hershey's? Like, hey, you've been to the park. You know what we're talking about,
So,
Hershey's.
I don't like Hershey's, and I've been to Hershey's Park in Pennsylvania, but they make theirs in the U.S., so I feel like they have to deal with labor laws. My guess is Nestle. Nestle does shade. I know Nestle does shady. I'm pretty sure it's Nestle. If Wonka was real, it'd be him, that bourgeoisie bastard. But I'm pretty sure that it's Nestle. I don't trust a company that makes chocolate and bottled water. Pick one.
I like how you've now become the Hannibal Buress to Cosby of chocolate slavery to Nestle. This is great.
I gotta look it up. I don't know. I don't think it's Kinder because they're made in Germany. They have pretty good labor laws. So I don't know.
It's hilarious to me. I don't know. I was thinking it was like, hey, our chocolate's not slave made. It's like, yeah, that's not a thing you need to advertise. Nobody uses, but you know what, Nestle, we're putting you on. Look, we're looking at you, Nestle. We're putting you on report. We're gonna keep our eyes on you, Nestle. This has now become a documentary about you and me going to expose the slavery ring of Nestle chocolate. That now brings us to our fun fact. Did you know-ism of the word? Let's listen to the pronouncer again.
Cacoēthes.
Cacoēthes. Our did you know fun fact of cacoēthes is cacoēthes is borrowed from Latin cacoēthes, so is the same word that's borrowed from a different language, which means a malignant tumor at an early stage or the disease of character. However, the use of the word in the sense of insatiable desire is largely dependent on an oft-quoted line by the Roman poet and satirist Juvenal, who is best known for his poem, Back That Thing Up.
Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan.
where he said tenet, insanabile, multos, scribendi, cacoēthes, which means in English, the incurable disease of writing takes hold of many.
Man's got bars, huh?
See, I just quoted poorly Latin on this podcast. So what? We're all getting a little bit smarter, except for me. All right, it is now time for us to start constructing our sentence using the word cacoēthes in a context. And of course, every good sentence needs to have a subject, needs to be about a person doing a thing that is also doing cacoēthes, which, by the way, is, I've looked at it, not a verb. You can't cacoēthes. It is a noun.
What?
So, right? It is. You can't cacoēthes. You can't be cacoēthing. Apparently, it is a person, place, or thing. In this case, a thing, unless we want to create a person named cacoēthes. But let's try to think of a person who has an insatiable desire. And I feel like we've already created our subject, our person. And I think we should go with someone of the white trash Italian descent. Or what is a funny name of an Italian person?
I like Vinny.
Vinny?
I think Vinny's a solid one.
Okay.
What is Vinny? Vincent. Vinny. All right.
What could Vinny Parmesan have an insatiable desire for? Obviously, his mom's spaghetti. We can stick with the hip hop thing. Or pasta, or something along those lines, maybe. Or anything else.
I think he has a strong desire for cheap prostitutes.
Excellent. Okay.
Because there's this, like, especially Vinny's moved to the U.S., so he's most likely from Sicily. All right, it's where most of our Italian immigrants come from, and Sicilians, Nepalese, is it Neapolitans? I can never figure that out. Mediterranean peoples, much like Latino guys. There's like a thing of machismo where the more side chicks I have, the more masculine I am. Like, I used to work a job with a bunch of Dominicans, and they all had one wife, maybe a second wife, and like 2 or 3 girlfriends. And I'm like, I don't know how you have time to do this shit. Like, you work as much as I do, and then you have an extra job on the side driving for Uber, and you manage to have 3 bitches? I can't have one. I don't have time to do one, dude. I don't know how you do this.
Like, even when I was a young guy and I was very virile, I don't have the virality to put up with 3 women.
I could, like, if it was not just no strings attached, yeah. But like the whole courting process of 3 women, oh, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of scheduling. Like that, you really gotta have an organized date book. All right, everybody. We have officially picked our word of the day. We have defined it, and we have created a sentence using it in context. And to present all that for you is my guest, Mike Bain.
How's it going? Word of the day is cacoēthes, an insatiable desire. In a sentence, you say? The virality of Vinny Parmesan for sex with his cousin Francesca is only outmatched by his cacoēthes for his Sicilian mother's stuffed mice with mints.
Perfect. All right, everybody, we have officially expanded our vocabulary by one more word today. And of course, if you use today's word in a sentence, whether it's in context or not, I want to hear all about it in the comments. And I want to thank you all for watching. And of course, I want to thank my guest, Mike Bain, for helping us construct this sentence and defining the word cacoēthes. So, Mike, please tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, well, look me up on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, at Facebook, at Mike Bain Comedy, B-A-I-N, at Mike Bain Comedy. I also have a podcast called Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain, and you guys should listen.
Excellent. And of course, all of the things we just talked about will be in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to word up.